Have I baked before? Yes. Is it typically with cake mix? Yes. But I feel up to the challenge today of trying to bake myself a cake and ice it without using a recipe. To be fair, I did cheat and look up what the ingredients are. Not quantities, not anything more than what is the list of things. Only because I would not have remembered most of these ingredients. Oh, did I forget? Did I need oil? I have oil. Was that supposed to go in there? 1 minute. So yeah, needless to say, I feel very qualified to go ahead and try to bake a cake without looking at a recipe other than just a list. So what I have with me today, I have what I think are most of the ingredients to make chocolate cake, plus mixing bowls. I didn't include any measuring cups because what use do I have for them? I don't know the measurements. I'm not measuring. And I'm also just hoping that most of these ingredients aren't expired. It was expired 2 months ago? But I don't think it's ever been opened, so I guess if I get food poisoning, that's just on me, so that's fine. So things I know about cake. 1, I know you have wet and you have dry ingredients, and I know that sugar, I think sugar always goes with the wet ingredients, even though sugar is dry. I think that's always the weird one. And I think you put the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So I have 2 different bowls. And I'm hoping that will, I'm just hoping. So, all right, so we're gonna start assembling our dry ingredients. So, oh, there aren't actually that many. I don't really know the difference between baking powder and baking soda. I think, yeah, baking powder has baking soda in it, but they're different things. But this is the one that goes in mugless cake. This is a mugless cake. This goes in mugged cake, a mugful cake. So I think what they say about cake is you do start with the smallest ingredients. I don't know, tablespoon-ish? A little extra for good luck then? That looks good. Oh, I'm making a mess. All right, so flour is the big one. This is the one you need the most of. I want to, what, like 2 or 3 cups? I only have a soup spoon, so how many soup spoons of flour do you need? Because this is, oh Lord, I'm making a mess. This is where most of your cake comes from. And flour, you can't eat it raw, you gotta cook it. Which is, I get that they probably mean that in the context of like don't eat raw batter, but I just love the idea of being like chomping down. That's disgusting. All right, I don't know. How much is in this? 32 ounces, that's 2 pounds. I probably put in, 1 more spoon for good measure. All right, this is where we're at. Most of that's flour. I feel good. So far, this is looking like cake mix. Salt, I only have sea salt and it's only in a grinder. 7. It's a lucky number. Feels good. This entire baking experience is vibes only. I am not baking with math or with expertise of any kind. Oh, I'm already getting my ass kicked by the ingredients. I'm in. Okay, it smells like go-go, which just smells like shit for how good chocolate is. It just smells so bad. They have so many, I could cheat. There's a chocolate cake recipe on that, but I'm not gonna look at it. I don't know. 3 soups of chocolate? I can't look at the back of that because I'm gonna be tempted to cheat because I'm getting stressed at how much I don't know. And we're not gonna cheat. All right, this is where we're at. It smells chocolatey, but flour isn't that stinky, so all that tells me is that I did put cocoa in this mix. It looks color-wise, covered in flour. That looks not bad. It's a little light. Let's add a little bit more. I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna eat this. It's gonna just taste like dirt. Oh, that's fine. Dry. Wait, this should have gone in the little bowl because I'm gonna add this to the wet ingredients. All right. Dry. So we have our wets. We have 5 wets. I guess let's start with the smallest one again. Oh. It expired in 2021. I mean, it smells fine. I don't know. 2 teaspoons? Tablespoon? So we have vanilla. And we have eggs. And I bought 6, and I think 3? Cook foods with eggs thoroughly. Okay. That was my plan. And I went with room temperature eggs because I think for baking that's good. I think for cooking steak at room temperature is... No, maybe that doesn't do anything. Steak and eggs aren't the same thing, so probably not the best source of guidance on how to cook. Okay, we got eggs and vanilla. We're gonna scramble the eggs. Breakfast is served. All right, and I bought this whole thing of milk. I think there's milk. I hope there's milk. Again, this is something, I freaking hate buying milk because I'm lactose intolerant. I'm not gonna use it. 1 skosh, 2 skoshes? 3rd skosh for good luck? I feel like I'm making French toast. All right, sugar. This is an old box of sugar. 1, 2, 3. What does the counting mean? I don't know. That I'm not actually counting to like a certain number. There's not something I'm looking for. I feel like this is normally a lot thicker. I think I added way too much milk or not enough sugar. A little bit of oil. A splash of oil. Yeah, that. Another 1 sugar. Doesn't smell like anything. It vaguely smells like 2-year-old vanilla. It's aged. It's aged. Cake's done. All right, now we're gonna, wait, what do you fold in? No, that's for fluffy recipes, when you whip your eggs and then you don't, and then you gotta fold. But I don't think I have to fold. I think I can just, I'm covered in flour. All right, should I have been doing this with this spatula? I'm not super sure. I mean, that doesn't look right. I think I need my whisk. I don't know if I'm supposed to whisk this. Oh, it's so chunky. I have way more mixing utensils than I need right now. You're supposed to do that gradually, I think. This is not really cake consistency yet. I do not know how anyone bakes without just trashing their home. Oh, she's thick. Is that right? God, this is thick. We're gonna taste test. I know you're not supposed to do that, but. It tastes like cake. I'm actually really amazed that it doesn't just taste like shit. Because I don't know what I put in that. But it looks cakey. Real question isn't if it mixes. The real question is going to be if it bakes well. I think I picked a way too big springform pan for the amount of batter I have, but... Oh yeah, that's going to really spread. That's going to be a very thin cake. I think they say fill it up like a quarter or half the way or something. I have not even done that. So here's our cake. It's gonna be a thin boy. It's not even getting up to the springform part of the springform pan. I'm gonna go pop this in the oven. I preheated the oven earlier, 350. I cook salmon at 400, and I figured cake's not salmon, so I went with 350. I don't know if that was the right call. So we're gonna pop this in, I don't know. Honestly, with how thin it is, like 10 minutes. It's paper thin. All right, I'll be back. So, of course, we have to decorate our giant cookie cake thing, whatever the hell I made. So we're gonna make buttercream, which I've done before, so I kind of understand it. The problem is I don't have a hand mixer. I have 3 whisks in my home. That's what I've got. So typically you don't soften the butter. I'm gonna soften the butter because, yeah, because I've done this before and I spent hours and I had sore muscles for days. So I added a couple sticks of butter. I'm gonna add an amount of sugar. That much? A heaping hunk of powdered sugar. Now we're gonna make ourselves, oh, I softened that, nice. All right. And then I got some food coloring. I'm trying to think thematically. I don't like the sounds my oven's making right now with that in the oven. But yeah, I need to decide how I'm gonna decorate my ominous sounding cake. I just keep hearing splooshing noises coming out of the oven and I'm worried. Just worried. This just smells like butter. I don't think I used enough sugar because it just smells like butter. Another 2 heaping hunks of powdered sugar if you're following along at home, trying to make this monstrosity yourself. It's going great, thanks for asking. Again, you're not really supposed to soften the butter for this, but I tried doing it last time without softening the butter and I cried. It's tasting a little bit like something. It's a very firm texture. Maybe we do some like fall colors, like some reds, some yellows, some oranges, maybe? Kind of want to try a design, but I don't. It's gonna be abstract. Okay, we're gonna try to do a fall leaf on a fall-y background. We're gonna take a little bit of this, put it into each container, add food dye, mix it up. I think that sounds good. Food colors, red, yellow, blue. Great. Start with red, I don't know, 3, 4 drops. All right, the more you mix it, it becomes much more of a pink, but I also don't know if I want to dye my entire life. It's like a pink. Like if it matches my shirt, that's not. Couple more. Let's get ourselves a nice red. All right, I think this will make a warm yellow, yellowy orange. Oh, color. It's potently yellow. That is quite yellow. All right, last one I guess we can just do in here. All right. Now we're gonna do a little red and a little yellow. We're gonna try and make a nice little orange. That is like a real bright orange, but I think that's gonna be a fun little fall combo. It's time to check the cake. Okay. I mean, it looks looks odd. It doesn't look a ton like a cake, but it is done after 10 minutes, I think. I mean, it looks extremely firm. So we're gonna let this cool. That's the thing I know about cake. You gotta let it cool before you ice it or you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna let it cool and then we will ice it. So, I'm back. I have baked our cake. I baked it for 10 minutes, which didn't feel like much, but it looks quite cooked. And it does not feel right. It feels like Play-Doh. So we're gonna unbox our cake, get it on this plate, decorate it. I've chilled all of our buttercream. Well, all right then. I think it'll just slide off. Oh yeah. How's that look if you're a baker? That actually kind of looks like cake. Yeah, do you see how thin this is? This is so silly, and I'm so excited to try it. We've got our 3 colors. Oh no. It didn't stay frosting, it turned into butter. Oh? It might smear, it might smear. All right, well, we're gonna do an orange base. Oh no. Yeah. Wanted it to firm up, and it did. Definitely did. It's done. Damn it, I'm gonna have to warm these up a little bit, but this one's in metal, which is gonna be a pain in my tuchus. Alright, I'll be back. I overheated them. So you can do a nice butter drizzle. If I were buttering toast, this would be awesome, but I'm not buttering toast. I'm buttering a cake. Let's see if we can warm up this little orange chunk. Oh no, and it's all just falling right into the ditch in the middle of this cake. and it kind of looks like raw egg. I was hoping to give us a nice little design. Well, that's the yellow of our fall-themed leaf cake. Let's see if we can make the red a little firmer. I shouldn't have microwaved them at the same time because I could have tested one of them and seen how it went. I'm not sure that this is how icing a cake is supposed to work. It's abstract. I think everything's a little abstract. See, because I have more orange. Does this scream fall to you or what? Give it some layers. I mean, I think that's about as good. I was gonna spend a lot of time decorating this, but I don't even think that's very good. Ah, okay, no, it's straight butter. I'm gonna go get a fork, I guess, maybe a little plate, and I think we'll serve this up. Go ahead and cut ourselves. Oh, that doesn't really cut like cake. It's flaky. There's some flakes. Alrighty. Oh, that is dense cake. Oh, yeah. I mean, it puffed up a little. It does look like Play-Doh, though. Absolutely, look at that. It's the finished product. Let's give it a try. It's not cake texture. This buttercream is so heavy on the butter that I feel a little sick. I'm gonna scrape that off, but it's not good, to be clear. Look at that. See how dense? It's so dense. And this is a cake that eats like a meal. It's extremely chewy. I feel like I'm eating a well-done steak, but covered in sugary butter. It's not very good. So final review of this cake. It doesn't really taste that like much. It's a little bit chocolatey and a little bit sweet. It mostly just tastes like substance. Like you're eating it and you're like, oh, that's certainly something, but the texture's not great. I mean, it's just, oh, it pops right back up if you squish it. Wow, that's cool. It looks like a cake. Like if someone saw this, they'd be like, I think that's cake. So that's good. And the icing, way too much butter, and it pooled because I either chilled it too much or heated it too much, and so it looks like that. So I'm gonna give myself, I think, a 4. I did achieve cake. Like it did cook. It's completely cooked, which I'm amazed by. I expected it to be raw in the middle, and it's not. It's cooked. And it resembles cake. Like it cooked into something that people could see and would think is cake. I feel okay about this result. Definitely it's a failing grade. If you try to serve this to someone, they'd hate you. I think this could have gone significantly worse. I'm actually really proud of myself. It's just ugly as hell, but I think I'm a baker now. Yeah, thanks for coming along on this baking journey with me. I think we learned a lot today. I think we learned use a recipe. I couldn't even tell you what I did wrong. Don't even know. Was it too wet? Was it not wet enough? It was probably not wet enough, but I don't know what wets it was missing. Cake is hard. Cake involves way too much science that I just cannot. Thank you for watching. If you have other things that you think I should cook without knowing how to do them, or really anything I can do without knowing how to do it, that's really where I'm at right now in my life. That's where I'm thriving, so feel free to let me know. But otherwise, thanks for watching. I will see you again soon.